And then again, I had a similar feeling like when Charlemagne starts trying to act like he's, uh, the hard hitting progressive journalist challenging the mayor. I always really struggle with that, but it is good to it as a lesson in propaganda. I definitely agree with you that there is
Right.
value in that clip right there for
Right.
sure. Yeah.
And so going even further about Rikers, there's
Mm,
also on our
mm,
sheet
mm,
baptism
mm.
via Rikers. Like there's an actual press
I
coverage.
saw this.
This
This.
is wild. Wild, wild, wild,
Shout
wild.
out to the remixing community, and because I always love when this happens when multiple people send me the same thing, and it's like there's like a zeitgeist in the remixing community. This was one of them. So I got this from the Daily Mail here. New York City Mayor Eric Adams baptized by civil rights campaigner the Reverend Al Sharpton during Good Friday visit to notorious Rikers Island jail. S but I almost, and I admit, as much as I think I'm politicized and in opposition to these folks, I admit I am still at times like this one shocked at the audacity.
I know.
Like you really went to Rikers to do this?
But without
And then I'm
Sharpton,
thinking, if I'm
without
locked up
Sharpton,
on Rikers, if I'm locked up on Rikers,
yo.
and let me just stop there before I get us all locked up and canceled
I
and shut
but
down.
I just like
Son,
this is for real though. Like this is for real with the pictures and the washing of the feet and I am just blown away that this press coverage is happening at a place that is so overrun with people who have not been found guilty of a crime.
so if I'm him right here, I think this was the picture where I had my little political fantasy. If I'm him right here, really? This is what I want out of your visit? And you're making a very good point. He hadn't even been convicted of a crime yet. And he's standing here in his tan jumpsuit. Is he praying?
I don't know.
Did he
I
get
don't
baptized too? Was it
I
like a
don't know.
collective?
I don't know. I don't
But
know.
I was thinking, I saw this picture or something. I think that was the one. And I went into a whole get you banned from YouTube, get the FBI showing up at your door thought fantasy. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
I just
You
don't. Yeah. And this is the thing, right? Like this is what you went to Rikers to do. And this is what the press came in to watch happen. And this is what you had people who have been in Rikers for who knows how much time, right? Who got allowed to come see this nonsense, right?
he got nerve to have red, black, and green in here
I
too. My bad.
listen. I
Yeah.
know. I know, man. But it's crazy. And this is the takeaway, right? And is anyone going to talk about the reality of Rikers? Is anyone going to talk about the fact that there are thousands more people in that space than it was actually built to hold? Is
Kalief
any
Browder is your
right? Is
talk about.
anyone going to talk about Kalief Browder? Is anyone going to talk about, as was stated, the 31 people who have died at Rikers since Eric Adams became mayor?
How many?
30, 31. 31. Are we going to talk about the fact that that entire space is under federal investigation because it should not, like, there's a whole like everything about Rikers is wrong.
Mm.
Everything. But we're not going to talk about that at all. We're going to talk about the mayor going there with Al Sharpton and getting baptized on site because that's the important thing. That's the thing.
Can I find it real quick? Because there was this clip where, yeah, can I show
Yeah,
this
yeah.
clip?
Go ahead.
I know
Go.
we didn't pull it, but this is back when I used to like Democracy Now! or before I fully stopped liking democracy now. Maybe I should put it that way. This, do you all remember this? Is this, I think this is the right clip.
2 decades ago, that movie mogul Harvey Weinstein allegedly assaulted actress Rose McGowan. McGowan told the New York Times in October Weinstein
Hold on,
offered
where's
her
that clip? Wait, this is about Weinstein, but I wanted
Kalief,
here we go.
Able to age 16, Kalief Browder. Jay-Z's docuseries. Weinstein was at Sundance and attended the Women's March here. Weinstein was in town promoting Jay-Z's docuseries Time, the Kalief Browder story about New York City teenager Kalief Browder, who committed suicide in 2015 after being sent to Rikers jail at age 16 and held for 3 years, much of that time in solitary confinement. Last year, I was able to speak to Jay-Z about Kalief, about Rikers, until Harvey Weinstein ended the interview.
Do you think Rikers should be closed?
Oh man, well, if anything like that is happening, if that happens to one kid, any place that can happen to any kid should be closed.
In your thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for what it means for mass incarceration?
You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that and nothing else.
Well, then, can I ask about?
So I just wanted to.
Right.
Okay, so to be fair, my memory, the cutoff was more connected to Kalief Browder, and maybe in that sense it was Trump, but yeah, well, but I was thinking, yeah, that Weinstein of all people wouldn't want a real discussion of Rikers being shut down, but I think it did look like it was more the Trump thing.
It was probably a combination of the two.
But a combination, like Jay, and you can see how Jay-Z, like, a man of millions of words who never writes his lyrics, who freestyles everything, was stuck.
Right. How do I get out of this one?
Even he was like, but he said it should be closed.
And it's tough, right? Because a lot of people would not even understand.
Right, Jay is my friend. So yeah.
People wouldn't understand the history of the Kalief Browder story or what happened to him or any of that if that documentary series hadn't been made and on Netflix, right? So there's so much of a contradiction with all of these things. Like, how do you figure out which way to go, right? Like, how do you figure out which one? Like, how it's so hard to make sense of how to really fight this battle, because every angle is against you making sense of it. But that's the point, right? Like, they want you to, on one side, be looking at the Kalief Browder story and be upset and bothered by what happened to that young man. But then at the same time, they want you to be excited because the mayor went to Rikers and got baptized by Al Sharpton.
Wow.